Good day, I am Ayanda Nchangase from Agri TV, and today we welcome the Honorable Commissioner of Animal Health and Fisheries Development for Sokoto State Government, Nigeria, Professor Junaidu, to Agri TV, as well as Mr. Peter Swart from the Brangus Breeders Association. Professor Junaidu and Mr. Peter, welcome.
Thank you very much, and good evening, viewers.
It's good to have you guys here today. So, Professor, I will start with you. You have been very successful with your beef program. Can you please tell us more about it?
Well, we have a program we call cattle breeding program in Sokoto State, and part of it is to improve our own genetic potentials of our own local breed, which is the Sokoto Gudali. Of course, we have other breeds like the White Fulani and Bororo, but the climax of our improvement was when we brought in Brangus breed from South Africa, and we crossbred them with our own local breed of Sokoto Gudali. Interestingly, when we distribute this breed to our 13 cluster farms, we have almost replicated 3 times the number of animals we have in these farms. So far, we have over 50 that have been produced from 2018 to date. And the size of our animals in terms of kilogram has increased from 150 to 350 kg. Now we are producing between 500 kg up to 1000 kg. This has improved the economy of our local farmers, and many people are going into it. In fact, the demand we have from farmers that are interested into going into beef production is every day increasing, particularly when you look at our population in the country with over 200 million people, and one state in Nigeria, for instance, Lagos, consumes over 9,000 animals, 9,000 cattle every day. There are other states that are also consuming between that number, even higher. You realize that the market of Brangus has just started, and I'm pretty sure that in the next couple of years, Brangus will flood Nigeria, because we're the first to bring in Brangus into the country, and at the same time, we are the first to produce the first crossbreed of Brangus and Sokoto Gudali in the world. If you see the beautiful picture of the product, you realize that the byproduct of that crossbreed may even be higher in terms of size with that of Brangus.
And how would you say that the Brangus is actually fitting in so far?
When we came in 2018 to South Africa, we are afraid when we look at Brangus, particularly when you look at the color being black, and Sokoto State has a very high temperature of about 40 degrees Celsius at the time, or even more. We felt that, well, let us give it a trial. And by the time we brought it in, we just tried to acclimatize it for about 3 weeks and then distribute to 13 cluster farms. And with this, you realize most of them are doing fine. In fact, we have just 1 or 2 mortalities out of the ones we have gotten. And that could be attributed to bloat as a result of feed given, which is not inconsistent with the advice given by our professionals, as well as weather condition in terms of management. When, for instance, is terribly hot, there is a need for them to move elsewhere. But in general, the performance was excellent, and many people are now interested, particularly our butchers that would like to have very bulky animals that they could slaughter to generate more funds from them.
So, Peter, based on what Professor was telling us right now, are you surprised with the Brangus' performance thus far?
No, we've been doing well all over the world. I told the Professor just now, Argentina, for example, it's the second largest breed there with 500,000 registered animals, and they have animals in the desert areas and tropical areas. So do we. We in our northern province, we have a very drier climate, and towards the Natal more rainy. So animals were developed to adapt. And what is I think the Professor's got a very good plan to use bulls on their adapted animals. The Gudali cattle are very well adapted. They can persevere under very harsh circumstances, and I think by using bulls on them is the best way to go. And in that way, they make a change, a small change. We know with the bulls having very small calves, the Brangus produce very small calves. So we don't, I think your plan was not to use elephants or a breed too big to hit them on the Gudali cattle. They've got small calves that grow fast. And Brangus was developed for its meat qualities. And that's one of them. So Brangus is 3H Brahman and 5H Angus, and that's the perfect combination. You know, we're talking about the heat there. In the past, in the 1930s, when the breed was developed in America, they tied different categories of animals, like 50% Brahman with 50% Angus, 3H, 5H, 75, 25. They tied them out in the sun to align, and they took temperatures and found out that the 3H 5H combination is the best adapting to a harsh climate and very hot climate. So I think Brangus hopefully will do well anywhere in the world, and I'm glad to hear that, Professor.
No, we're also glad to hear that as well. And still in the spirit of gladness, Peter, you want to present something to Professor Junaidu quickly?
Professor, we would like to thank you for developing and promoting our breed in your country. And we've gone up to as far as Angola, Zambia, and Malawi. But Nigeria is a first for us, and we, on behalf of our society, we would like to present you with a certificate just thanking you.
Thank you.
Which actually says you're a friend of Brangus, Professor Junaidu, and we're giving this in recognition for establishing and promoting Brangus in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much for your involvement in this special program, and we definitely look forward to the collaboration between Nigeria as well as South Africa going forward.
Thank you.